Today we've got lots to talk about again. I'm going to bring you up to date here on how everything is going on the beautiful island Princess. We're going to talk about a strike that is going to once again affect cruise ships departing from a port. We're going to talk about internet, Wi-Fi on a ship, and we are also going to talk about, can a cruise line just cancel your cruise? So let's go ahead and get started. First of all, I would like to invite you to please subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. I think you're going to love being a part of the amazing community you have here, and we have been waiting for you. So please hit that subscribe button. And if you don't want to miss any of our videos and our live sailaways, hit that little notification bell there next to it, and you will just get a notification on your phone or an email to let you know every time we go live. Now, the other thing I would like, if you wouldn't mind, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps us out. And so if you appreciate these updates, don't forget to do that as well. A quick reminder, we just finished doing our sail away out of Akureyri, Iceland. And so if you missed that, go back and watch it because the scenery is absolutely spectacular. I'll be including some scenery at the end as well as some footage from the show last night here on the Island Princess. But that sail away, it is just spectacular. So thank you very much. Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips, and today is Wednesday. Yep, it's July 19th of 2023, and I think I accidentally told you that yesterday was July 19th as well. Today is really July 19th. So let's go ahead and start off really quick about that strike. If you recall, the dock workers up there in Canada went on strike and wanted for their demands to be met, the union there, and then the union accepted a deal from management, and it was said that it was just going to be a formality to have the workers vote on it, no big deal, and that things were going really smoothly once again. Well, it was rejected. The offer from management was rejected in the vote by the workers, and so now the strike is back on again. So if you have got a cruise that is going to be sailing out of Vancouver, pack your patience and don't be surprised if there are delays. Remember that I gave you the advice that when you are coming back into Vancouver, if you have got a flight that leaves very early at all, you're probably going to want to do that self-assisted walk off the ship, bringing your own luggage with you, so that then you don't have to wait for anyone to be unloading luggage from the ship over into the area where you would be picking up your luggage. You literally walk off taking your own luggage, and then you can go get a taxi or an Uber, whatever the transportation is that you've got set up to get you to the airport or wherever else you're wanting to go. All right. And then as far as sail away times, keep us all updated if you wouldn't mind about how that's going to go. We really have an amazing community here, and all of you share so much information that really helps keep everyone informed, and it works out really well so that everybody is up to date on how things are going. The other thing that I want to remind everyone, because August 1st is right around the corner, as Princess puts into effect that new blue lane, green lane thing with whether or not you have your medallion shipped to you, let us know how that goes. Somebody posted in the comments saying, you know what, in Australia, they're going to have almost a whole ship worth of people that are going to be blue laned because they can't get their medallion shipped from the United States to Australia. So I'm wondering how that's going to play out. The only people really that would be green laned in that situation would be if someone was traveling from the United States and had been able to have their medallion shipped to them and get there. Also, I know that a lot of people are wondering, saying, you know what, we're going to be traveling before our cruise. Is there a way to request that we get our medallions shipped to us earlier? Well, I called and asked, and no, not really. So if you miss your medallion, it gets shipped to your home and you're no longer at your home, don't be worrying about that. Just get another one when you get to the port. Ask for another one at embarkation. They'll get you another medallion, okay? And it doesn't cost you extra. You'll just get another medallion, all right? So that's everything about that. But I really appreciate your updates. Send me your updates and I'll get the word out to everyone so that we can all know what to expect, what the waits are like, just everything. The next thing that we need to talk about is I came across this thing on the Princess Cruises passenger forum on Facebook, and someone was saying that they had a Diamond Princess cruise that was scheduled for May 16th of 2024, and they were wondering if right away the cruise line could just cancel their cruise. They were wondering if they wanted their wheelchair accessible cabin, and that's why it was canceled. But let me tell you, in the notice that they attached there, it says, be advised that due to a full ship charter, your 19-day Southern Islands and Sea of Japan voyage on the Diamond Princess has been canceled. You'll receive a refund of all monies paid to Princess to the original form of payment in 10 to 15 business days. And then they suggested another 18-day Southern Islands and Sea of Japan sailing. It's round trip from Tokyo, the port there in Yokohama, on the Diamond Princess that would start on June 22nd of 2024 rather than that one that was canceled that's going on May 16th of 2024. So I thought this would be a really good time to let you know that yes, cruise lines can do that, and occasionally they do that. Now, and they don't just want someone's wheelchair accessible cabin. The entire sailing, that whole ship has been bought by someone else. And so sometimes companies do it. There's a whole lot of different ways that can play out. But when you have a full company charter, that ship is no longer for sale to everybody else. It is being used by a company, and they manage how that's going to go. So just wanted to let you know that that can happen. Luckily, I am really glad it's almost a year out. So right now we're in July of 2023. That sailing was not until May of 2024. And I know, as much as we all get so excited for and count on the cruises that we have got booked, every once in a while those things happen, and my best advice is to just look around and find another cruise. Hopefully they're available to go on that June 22nd sailing. I know sometimes we just pick cruises that are in a window of time when we can go, and if it's not right then you can't go. But just be aware that sometimes that does happen. And to me, it's amazing that a company can fill a ship, but they do that. Sometimes they use them for rewards. There's lots of different things that go on with that. It's really remarkable. But anyway, I hope that the lady that posted this there in the passenger forum is able to take another cruise, and that everything works out for their travels. Now, I want to kind of bring you up to date on how the internet is on cruise ships right now. So since the restart, Gordon and I, we started off with Princess, of course, and our very first sailing was like the third sailing of the restart, and it was the first sailing to Alaska on the Majestic Princess that they required actually COVID testing. So it was a whole new learning experience for us. It was a little stressful for us when we went to get our COVID test because we both felt fine, but you never know. And so luckily we tested negative and away we went. So we had regular internet on all of the cruises that we had done on Princess, clear up until this is our very first one that Princess had Starlink on board. We have sailed with Norwegian twice, and they had Starlink on board those ships, and we've sailed with Celebrity twice, and on the Beyond they had Starlink, and on the Reflection they did not have Starlink yet. The Reflection does have Starlink now, but when I was on her in December she didn't have Starlink yet. And then on Royal Caribbean, I don't think they had Starlink yet on the Explorer of the Seas, did they, love? No. And so when we were on, for example, like on Explorer of the Seas, it was terrible Wi-Fi, really bad Wi-Fi. You could be like sitting on the edge of the bed there, or we had this junior suite and sitting on the little chair there, and you would miss, you would come unconnected from the Wi-Fi without even moving. It was very frustrating trying to get anything done, so that was pretty bad. On the Princess sailings that we have been on, it was just very average. A lot of times it would take hours to get a video up. A lot of times I could not log into secure websites, things like that. So that was our experience before Starlink. When we were on the Beyond, when we were on Norwegian, the internet was fabulous with Starlink. No complaints at all, just amazing. And I want to say that the Starlink on the Island Princess has been spectacular. Spectacular. The only time that we have had a little bit of trouble is yesterday afternoon as we were sailing after we missed our port there in Say Seyðisfjörður, and we were curving out and going north, and it was really, really blowing so hard. It was very rough seas. And it would rain every once in a while. It wasn't really rainy, but now and again, a little bit of rain would come down, we'd see outside. So it was not the best weather, and we were curving up north of Iceland. So as far as using my laptop and logging into very secure sites, that worked just perfectly. The thing that gave me trouble a little bit was the Wi-Fi calling. It dropped a call once, and then it would go in and out on a couple of other phone calls that I was making. But other than that, it was perfect. And today, everything that we have tried to do, working very smoothly. And we are up in the northern part of Iceland. And so I think that truly Starlink is a game changer for cruise lines. I am thrilled that Princess decided to do it. They were behind Royal Caribbean and Celebrity and Norwegian in announcing that they were going to do it. I know we were all holding our breath. I have a couple of people that had told me they're not going to cruise on Princess again till they got Starlink because they couldn't do their work. And so this makes me really happy. I really feel like I could confidently say that if you are someone that wants to be able to cruise and do work at the same time, and even if you don't just want to, if you need to, then I really feel like you're going to be able to do it. I know that some people have said that it's spotty here and there going to Alaska. We have not had a lot of spottiness here, and we are way higher. We're very high up here where we are right now. So I will let you know how it goes on the rest of the cruise, but we have been very, very pleased. The other thing that I just want to say is, you look at all the different cruise lines and the way they sell their internet, how much it costs. On Princess, to use one device, it's $15. If you want to have access to 4 devices, it's $40, and this is per day. But when you are Platinum and Elite, it's really nice because you get it for half off. So on this cruise, this is the first time that we have paid for 4 devices, and it is working wonderfully. So that makes it so that Gordon and I each can use our laptop and our phones at the same time. That means I can be looking at my laptop and talking to someone on the phone and doing what I need to do with their cruise or anything else, or my other regular work. And so it has worked really, really just wonderfully. We're really, really pleased. And for $20 a day, because Gordon's Platinum and I'm Elite, that's a really good price to me. I know it's a lot. So for the internet for this trip, even being half off, it's 14 days long, it's $280, which is a lot of money. But at the same time, I feel like we're getting really good bang for our buck. And there are some cruise lines that I know will charge more. And on Princess, the other thing that's important to know, since we talk about Princess so much here, is it is unlimited minutes. So you just use it. It doesn't, unlimited minutes there, and there's no other way to buy it. Okay. You don't get a cheaper package because you only want fewer minutes. That's not a thing. You either get the Wi-Fi or you don't. And there's not different speeds with it either. It's just the Wi-Fi. And so if you pay for the internet, you get the Starlink. You don't get anything slower. For example, on Celebrity, I know theirs is, I believe it's $19.99 a day for the basic. And then it's, I want to say, is it $29.99? I should look and see. I'll look and see. But that would be for the faster Wi-Fi. And if you buy the basic and you decide you want the other, then you just pay the extra and upgrade, which I had to do when I was on the Reflection in December. I did pay extra for that faster package because with the slower one, for example, you could look at your Facebook, look at your email, things like that, but you couldn't, it wasn't fast enough to log into secure websites, to upload videos, things like that. So I just thought I would bring it up today. It is really a game changer. We talk so much about how things are changing in cruising, and I've given that a lot of thought as we have been on the ship this time, and I'm actually making this list of things that I feel like have changed, and what I really like has changed, and what I don't know about, just things you notice along the way. So I will let you know all about that when this cruise is all done and we've seen it all. But the stepping forward of Wi-Fi, everything that changed during COVID, as far as some people being able to work from anywhere that they wanted to, Starlink is going to make that so much more of a reality for people and something that they really can do. They won't stress them out because they're trying to work and they can't work, things like that. So I am really happy about it. Hats off to the cruise lines for jumping on that bandwagon. I know that it's not perfect, but it is so much better. It is a whole lot better. So I thought I'd bring you up to date on that. Now, I'll tell you what we've been doing here on the Island Princess. So last night, we, like I said yesterday, we missed our port. But last night in the theater, the Princess Theater there for the show at 7:30 and 9:30, they had Jason Keeler, Jayson, and then Keeler, Keeler is his name, and he is an amazing singer. He did a show the first or second night, I want to say maybe the second night of our cruise, and then he did another one last night with all different songs, and it was fantastic. So at the end, we're going to put in a little bit of the footage from that, and he mentioned that he's got an album, so I'm going to go download it. I like to support people and do what I can to be good support, so we're going to do that. But I thought you would enjoy listening to a little bit and just seeing somebody else that sings beautifully, and it's nice to see. So we did that, and then today when we were in Akureyri, we went on an excursion, and I mentioned it in our live, but it was called Godafoss Waterfalls. It's like G-O-D, I think A-F-O-S-S, Waterfall. And Botanical Gardens and City Drive was the name of our excursion. So it's about a 45-minute drive from where the pier is out to the waterfalls. So we drove out there, and we had just over an hour, I think it was an hour and 10 minutes to be there. It was really busy because our ship is in town, as well as the MSC Posia, if I'm saying that correctly. She was in town as well. So we saw lots of people from Princess there. I saw a lot of the tour guides that had their MSC clipboards. So it was very busy there, and they have just like the they drop you off to walk along the trail to get over to a few different viewpoints of the waterfalls and the river, the water that comes down off of it. And then they also have a gift shop area that has a powder room in it for anybody that needs that. And that line was so long. It was a really long line, and it was super busy in there. So I just looked around. I didn't get anything there or anything. And then we got back on the bus, drove us back in about that 45 minutes in, and they took us to, it's a very small botanical garden, but it was started by these ladies that just wanted to have some beautiful flowers. The tour guide shared a little bit of the background with us. Back in the early I think it was 1912 was the first year that they planted some flowers and some trees. They had a Danish landscape architect design it, but it's really pretty. It is very small, but it is beautiful flower beds. The grass is beautiful. The whole setting is beautiful. So we enjoyed walking around there and seeing that. We were there for maybe half an hour, 40 minutes. And then he took us back to the ship, just driving through town and telling us a little bit, like pointing out where different things are in the town. Drove us past like the oldest house they had there. It was built in, I want to say 1795 is what he said. But it was just really interesting to see. Truly, the spectacular thing about coming to Iceland is the scenery. It is so beautiful. And when you look at the video of the water coming off that waterfall, it is so beautiful. It is just spectacular. And we are still sailing out the fjord here as I'm doing my video so that Gordon can get it up. It is just beyond beautiful. It is so beautiful. We are really excited. Tomorrow we're going to be in Grandar Fjordur. It's just right there on the TV this side. And so we're really excited. The captain was saying it's just a small town. We've looked it up. We do have an excursion booked there. In a lot of these places, it really seems like in some places you can get a taxi and of course have them drive you there in anywhere you want to go. I always hear good and bad about that. Sometimes I think it works out perfectly. I've had people not have the best experience with that. So just do whatever works best for you. They did have some taxis there today that you could do. right at the port, and no one was selling a bunch of tours when we got there. There's a hop on, hop off bus, but it's just a city bus. It's not a normal hop on, hop off bus. I think it just said hop on, hop off city tours, but it's like a regular city bus. And so that is an option if you want to do that. Once we got back at about, let's see, 7:30 to 10:30, 10:45, 10:30, 10:45 is when we got back from our tour in the morning. And so then we just walked in. It's about, maybe, it depends on how fast you walk, maybe a 15 to 20 minute walk right into the town, taking your time. We weren't in a big hurry. And there's a little shopping street there. So once you go in, you just turn left, and there's a little shopping street there. There's not a lot of stores. It's just a small town. And so we looked around a little bit, and then I wanted to see if they sell gummy candies here like they do in like Norway and Denmark, where you go in and they have, you know, the whole bunch of bins, and then you just have the little scoop to select which of the gummy candies and licorices you want. They didn't have that at the grocery store, but we walked a long ways to the grocery store to see if they did. And so I got a little bag of them instead. It was just fun, and we didn't have anything else to do. It was kind of fun to see a little bit more of the town and get good exercise. And it was a beautiful day, absolutely beautiful day. And we're supposed to have good weather for the rest of our trip as well. And anything else you think of I should tell them? Alrighty, so our sail away was at 4 o'clock. It was a little bit late. We noticed one of the ship's excursions was about 15-ish minutes late getting back. And so that's how late the sail away is, but today is still a formal night. I know we're used to formal nights being more on sea days, but that has not been how they've done it on this trip. The first formal night was early last week on a port day, and then on our first sea day, which was Monday, it wasn't a formal night, and yesterday was an unexpected sea day, but then today is a formal night. So we'll take a look at the menu and let you know where we decide to have dinner this evening. The entertainment this evening is going to be another production show like that the singers and dancers do. One of our Let's Go family members' nieces and one of those singers and dancers. And every time I see someone that I think is a singer and dancer here, either eating in the buffet or walking around, I've asked. I haven't found her yet. So I'm looking for that, and a couple of people for Let's Go family members, Trisha and Kizno, that they know because they were just on the Island Princess. So if anyone has anybody else they want me to be looking for them here on the Island Princess, let me know. Any other crew members, I'm delighted to try to do that. So we are really looking forward to having another really nice evening here. We are having a splendid time. Couldn't be having a better time. Really grateful to be here, and grateful that all of you would come along with us. So if any of you have any questions about anything with our cruise or anything else to do with cruising, put them in the comments or send me an email. If you need help with booking your cruise or doing anything, I would be delighted to help you. So send me an email for that as well. I'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.
Of cattle. We have imported some foreign breeds, but we are not doing this a lot. We have had trouble with disease being brought to the country when we have imported livestock, so we almost don't. But so many of these farms are dairy farms, and there is a dairy process. This road gave us trouble. We had trouble with this because of weather, bad weather in winter, ice and snow, and it used to be closed parts of days or the whole day for up to 20 days per year. So